God.
Horrible.
Wow, but this is a show.
Look how crazy it is, how this painting is preserved.
From 34?
Is this from 34? Look at this marvel, what a great job, huh? Well, the initials of the Indiano. Look at how the exteriors are, huh? Ah, yes, the wood-fired kitchen is still preserved. They built a tower for the water well. I mean, but what kind of madness is this, huh?
What's incredible is that each floor had the...
Yeah, everything is in the details. Look at these details. The church. This is where it all ends, kid. Look at this place. It hurts to look. Well, as you saw in the introduction of the video, today I want to bring a topic to the channel that has always stirred a lot of emotions in me, and that's the passage of time. Like, I really want to bring you the essence of how no matter what we do, everything stays here. And that's my intention in this video. To show you how even the greatest fortunes, the people who have been the most successful on this earth, it means absolutely nothing, because when we leave, absolutely everything will stay here. I'd like to introduce someone here who will join the exploration. A person I really liked. We met through social media, but he seemed like a very genuine person and reminded me of the excitement I felt when I started in this. Even though I'm still super excited, he made me feel that again. When you start in this hobby, in exploring time, in preserving the past, in that nostalgia for what we were and what we will never be again. And I have him here with me. His name is Aitor. How are you, Aitor?
What's up, Pena? You just left.
It's the reality, it's how I feel. Please introduce yourself, mention your name is Aitor and that you have a YouTube channel. I met you through YouTube, but you've become a friend because you do more or less what I do as well. You go out to explore abandoned Asturias. Introduce yourself a little.
Well, so I'm Aitor, as Alvaro said. On social media, discover with Trasgu as a base, a bit like me. I also try to show a little of what Asturias is, just like Alvaro, through the camera. And the Trasgu is a bit of a mischievous mythological being. So I wanted to give that focus to the channel, and that's where the name comes from. And well, that's it.
What inspired you to start this? When did you pick up a camera and decide to dedicate yourself to making videos?
Well, thanks to your videos, it's clear from my channel that I was truly inspired by you, whether a little or a lot. Years ago, I used to take my phone and go hiking in the mountains, recording as if I was going to show it to the world, until someone gave me my camera, and I thought, maybe this is the key moment to make it real. That's where the idea came from.
I really love it, and it truly excites me, and I'm telling you this from the heart, man. It deeply moves me to have inspired other people to take up this hobby. There's something that really catches my attention on social media, and that's that there's a lot of envy. I don't know, it seems like when someone does the same thing you do or visits places like you do, there's a lot of envy, right? I imagine you've noticed it on social media too. For me, that doesn't exist. For me, competition doesn't exist. I'm tired of people sending me messages saying, look, there's some guy, I don't know who's doing the same thing you do. I also do the same things that others do. And for me, competition doesn't exist, not in the egotistical sense that there's no one like me. No, I mean that it just doesn't exist. I mean, we're all here to share, to do something we like, and when it's done from the heart, like in this guy's case, it really moves me. I like watching his videos because I see a reflection of what I used to do, and honestly, I really like it. I'm going to recommend that you go to his channel, check it out, because you'll get to visit a lot more places, but with him as your guide, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it just as much.
I want to clarify that, well, besides abandoned places are, for me, Alvaro basically shows things that are just incredible. I want to show more about the towns themselves and also introduce you a bit to the people from those places, and I hope that, well, if you want to take a look, you check it out and stick around if you like what I do.
Thank you. Well, yes, I'm really telling you, never send me things about whether there are people doing something or not doing something. There's really room for everyone. We're all free to do things. That's not owned by anyone. And I'm really sorry if there are people who see something bad in me, or I don't know, who think that I'm the only one. No. There are a lot of us giving visibility to this. It's a real problem. Villages are disappearing, and I love that I've motivated, for example, Hitor and other people to do the same. I've also been inspired. In my case, it was my grandmother, but there are a lot of people whose videos I watch that also inspire me, and I think, wow, it's amazing what they're doing. I think it's something really beautiful, and we shouldn't lose it or see it from the wrong perspective, which is competition, being at odds with each other all the time. I won't talk much longer, and I've got a place ready for you that I think you'll really like.
I have very high expectations for you. Well,
it's not like what we had in Portugal. It's not going to be like Portugal, but it's going to be something really nice. For me, it's part of our story. It's an Indian mansion, an Indian house, and then we're also going to visit the cemeteries. Okay, it's already a very interesting area. I think it's going to catch your attention because you'll see how time passes for everyone and everything stays here like I told you before. So I'll take this chance to leave you my social media, as always, just in case you want to stay a bit more up to date with content that I don't upload to YouTube. And now let's get to it. Wow, we're already at the main entrance. Look at this, it's crazy, huh? Everything is super rusty, and I can see that everything, man, we're probably going to have a bit of trouble getting in. Because this was the way through, but it's gotten pretty blocked off. These were the gardens, man.
The thing is to find a stick that isn't rotten because...
Nothing, let's grab.
Look at this one. Well, it looks like he's unprepared, huh?
Pull it, that one. Let's start making a little space here so we can get to this incredible Indian-style house, and you can already see the state it's in, huh? This view is amazing. He's going to hit it hard there with a rotten stick.
Maybe I overdid the size. Look how...
It's nothing, just a bit, man, to open up the area.
I'm almost giving myself more than to him.
Or maybe underneath if we go.
Yeah, I think maybe yes.
Even if we scrape a little.
Hey, I'll go in, okay. I'll clear the way for you.
No, it doesn't matter. You won't open much. I'll have to put in some effort too. So, go ahead, go ahead.
Wait, let me grab it again. Maybe I should get a smaller stick. Easier to handle? Hope you don't care much about your clothes because...
Well, I'm already used to it. But see how tightly this is closed, huh?
The good thing is, I have to say, it doesn't really prick much either, huh?
Wow.
God.
Horrible? God, ugh. I'm literally squatting, ugh. Listen to how the clothes sound, huh?
But this is a show, man.
All right, let's go inside, man, because there's a road passing very close by here. And that's how we started exploring. Oh, man, when I came here the first time, dude, I passed through here.
Well, because now I would say it.
I mean, I don't know how we're going to do it, man. This is really, really bad. First, I'll turn on the light. And we'll start exploring. I came here a long time ago, man. I remember I got in through here, and from here we could already go up to the house. But anyway, I'm going to make a quick cut because I'm going to turn on the light. All right, now we're all set with the light. Let's start with the lower area like I was telling you. Here they had, well, we're where we were before, huh? The bathroom is around here. They had an old bathroom here. Incredible. In the lower area, maybe for the servants or something, I'm not sure. It's a curious thing, huh? It's strange. I thought this was a room where they kept... Look, man, there's something written here.
Year of 1940.
Wow, what is this, man? Is this vintage? Long live the closed door with the... What a weird thing, man. It's just... Look, there are already so many things. I don't know to what extent. Well, it says nothing. This isn't from. This isn't old. It fakes it. Look, old graffiti. Now we have something to show later, man. Yeah, someone came with a little scooter. Yeah. Damn. Look, what I'm noticing from that time is that there's a really old box here with a bunch of locks. Yeah, probably from the whole palace. And keys. I'm pretty sure they kept everything here that they were going to use to repair the house. Okay. Wow, this is awesome, man. Look, I remember now, man. Look, it's just that it's been in so many places. This was a renovation they did later on here in this room, which they made into an area for, well, for eating.
Of course, there used to be the yard here back in the day. Could be.
I don't know what was here before since they used this room. They literally made use of it. What I know is that they made a kitchen here and used to gather.
With stools on the counter.
Yes, they gathered in this area.
Oh, but look at the sink.
And that's the only modern thing you're going to see here, huh? Check out the sink too. It's carved in stone. Amazing. Look, the dishes are still here. I don't know what this is. Maybe a grinder? What could this be, man? Some people might be laughing at me, but I don't know what this is. If you know...
I love environmental adventure, but this looks like siphon parts, which don't seem right here.
No, I get the feeling that you could put grain in here, or maybe to stir something or what, because this one, I mean, and to grind it. Look, it had a stopper here. Could it be for... I don't know. Very curious. If you know what this machine was for...
Let me know in the comments.
Yes, put it in the comments because... look, here was the storage room. Look, kid, the old wines are still here, huh? A Rioja from 1929, kid. Special Reserve Harvest from 1929. I mean, this is vintage, huh? From the palace.
Look at this, from Arcade Riscal. From 34.
Is this from 34? That's it. Not sure if you can see it clearly. Well, awesome, huh? Awesome, man. The others don't have a label. Wine was made here back then, right? And I think they had an area to make wine. Maybe they used to have everything here in the old days. Well, look, do you know what I think this was? Now that I see this, the area where the winery would be, surely this area here was the winery and here is where they stored the bottles. Yeah, probably, right? For sure. It really looks like it. All right, let's go inside the house. We have to be really careful because I don't know what the floors are like. It's been raining a lot. From down here, I can see some holes, yeah. Look at these details, huh, family? When I tell you that everything stays here, look at this madness, man. I didn't even remember this anymore. Look at this wonder. What a job, huh? God, dude, can you imagine this back in the day? You really aren't appreciating it the way you do in person, huh? Also, that one, every detail is pampered. I mean, look, this is done here on the wooden wall, and you see, what's the point other than decoration? Be careful there. That's really bad, huh? Yeah, that's the hole I was telling you about before, I think. The staircase has details even in the framework of the stairs.
It's a shame the knob they had likely fell off.
Or someone probably took it. I think a lot of people have come in here.
That it had 3 floors, it had 2.
I think 2 more upstairs. Look, here the name was engraved. Well, the initials of the Indiano. It looks like an I and a B or a B. It seems to be a B, right? Yes, right?
Yes.
Look, huh? The original glass is still preserved, man. Honestly, it's amazing. Supposedly, this is the main entrance right now. Well, it's impossible to open here, but this would be the main door. So just imagine, huh? You arrive and you find this. This is what welcomes you, man. Look. I'm noticing another detail, huh? It has these stained glass windows here that give color. How beautiful, huh? Yellow to the area in the back.
One thing I like about what I see is that the house was very bright, yes?
Yes, if it's all open, it's amazing, right?
That's something that, well...
Let's go in. We came up here through the basement. Let's first access the lower rooms from here. Damn. Yeah, glass walls here. Be careful, okay?
Look, kid, the fireplace.
I think it's the house with the glass walls because you saw the facade. I mean, it's amazing. How many glass panels does this have?
Yeah, it's a lot. It really reminds me a bit of La Coruña, which they call the city of glass. All stained glass. Everything is beautiful.
Look at the old windmills here, huh?
See how far the tides come in?
Yeah, nothing behind. This one's really taken.
House, we're already at the reasonable height, right? But...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. This has been abandoned for many, many years. Look at how the outside is, huh?
That's where we go in. I mean, people have to keep in mind.
Down here, and then we're going to have to go out back here because I want to show you something I remember. Man, it had heating, huh? This palace really had heating. They removed the radiators or something, but the radiators weren't just decorative.
I think so, to cover. It's loose, but just in case the fireplace. I'm surprised they put it here because the fireplace is here, but...
Interesting, huh? Look at these rooms, huh? Look, this is crazy. There's still furniture here. I didn't even remember this. There's still period furniture. The thing is, look, water is pouring in there like crazy. I think structurally, this place doesn't have much time left.
Look at the bed frames.
The old beds, huh?
What do you think they kept here? Livestock?
I think they kept goats here or something.
Because look at these, yes, but this... I really can't imagine sleeping in one of these now.
Huh? My back already hurts in one of the modern ones. And listen, this must have been a privilege back in the day. I mean, having beds at the beginning of the century to sleep individually and not everyone sleeping together as a family. My mother used to say that in my family, more than 3 people shared a bed. Whoa! These doors are beautiful. Can you imagine who last touched them? It's just that I really immerse myself, you know?
And I also imagine the people from that time, well-dressed, in suits. Look.
Look, look, look. Look at the kitchen, kid. Look at the kitchen, what size? Ah, yes, the wood stove is still preserved. Manuel Malingre Foundries Orense. I mean, they brought it from Orense, right?
Generally, the ones I usually find, I think they're all from the Basque country. This must be the first one I found from Galicia. It came from Galicia.
Yes, right, or Santander, or that whole area, they usually are.
This door is strange to me. Honestly, I've never seen one like this on a wood-burning stove.
How beautiful. This must have cost a fortune back in the day.
What it costs nowadays.
Look, 2 water thermoses, one a little more modern than the other. This one is from the 60s. No, kid, this isn't from the 60s. It's gravity-fed. This one just came to my mind now. Mariano, who explained to me that he had one just like this in his cabin. Man, what memories. He told me it worked by gravity. It's not electric. It's one of the first ones.
This reminds me of my maternal grandparents' house. It's still there if I'm not mistaken, but now it's painted black and is more for decoration. Now they use the new one.
I'm telling you, this one's from the start of the century. Besides, I think this has been used for a very, very long time.
Look, they must have hung, well, the bracelets here.
Yes, yes. Quite a few things were preserved, even though, look, this wasn't so broken the first time I came here. I mean, this will probably end up giving way and everything will collapse. Right above the kitchen, look where they washed the dishes. They had 2 huge sinks. All these materials, they also brought them, they used to import them, they used to bring them from abroad to, well, show off, right? To show that purchasing power.
It kind of reminds me of those Portuguese-style tiles that are really famous too.
Yeah, really beautiful, huh? All right, I'm gonna turn off the light here because there's the glass wall. Okay, here we come out to these giant corridors you saw. Wow, that's amazing, man. Look, there must have been a bathroom here. They must have had a restroom here. Interesting, there are water taps here, or maybe the washing machine was here before, huh?
And that hole there, that tiny window.
This must lead to a room over there, but I can't go there.
Dude, no, that's not right.
It's wrong because it's really bad, but look, just so you get an idea, I don't want to stay here too long because these are the corridors and there's nothing here either. Look at what they used to prepare.
Even what they used to put here is beautiful.
Why did they want a corridor this size? What did they do here?
Look, well, I imagine it with meetings, ballroom dances from back then, people from...
Hallway?
Yes.
No, it's just that there's another one above, huh?
So they could see them, man.
There's another one on top. I mean, it's not just one.
It's just that those people, I think they like to show off. I mean, I don't think you build such a big house if you don't want people to see that you have power, you know? So, I don't know.
These wardrobes are from the early century. They told me they're worth a fortune, you know? They might seem silly, but they're made of fine wood. I can't remember what it's called. They told me in another palace I visited that they were very valuable. I don't know much about furniture, but they told me they cost a lot, even though they look kind of flimsy.
Does it look painted to you?
Yes, they're all painted in this palace.
Wow.
A slightly smaller room. Do you know what I'm seeing, man? This area here divided the service. Look, I mean, you would enter the palace and here was like the way up, probably to where the marquises lived. Upstairs, there's a kind of reception room, which is where we were, and here's the kitchen. A room, probably for the staff, so they could sleep, the staff. Look, even so what Aether was saying is all painted on the wall, huh?
It's truly wonderful.
But I think it was a room for the staff, for the cooks. Wow.
But well then,
And here's another one.
wow. But this is huge, kid.
No, we're going to be here for a while, so I want to focus on the key details. Otherwise,
It was like a bathroom,
but I want to take you somewhere else. You'll be amazed.
but you go ahead.
Which is where all those people who own these Indian mansions lived. You're going to be impressed. Really. I don't want to give too much away, but they had their own bathroom, so this was a room for the staff. Later, we'll go to this building over here, which also has or had some interesting things. The gardens go down this way, and here, if I remember correctly, they used to store firewood down here.
Firewood.
Yes, the firewood was stored here. When I first arrived, there was firewood here. I'm not sure if someone took it. Ah, look, it was here.
Ah, yes.
It was here, it's still here. Who's going to come? This has been abandoned for many years.
Honestly, for just a few junkies, for the few addicts that are here, it would be...
The truth is, even though it's right by the road, it's a palace you have to search a bit to enter. The wall has collapsed, and finding it isn't as simple as just driving by, getting out of the car, and going right in. Incredible. We've only seen the lower part, and it's already bigger than my house.
I live in an apartment, so for me this is...
Imagine, what would I have? A rug and nothing else. It doesn't weigh much to keep a rug. I don't doubt they had rugs in their time anyway.
Let's see, here are the stairs. Carefully, because wow.
Wow. You really have to imagine yourself at the start of the century to own a house this big.
What's incredible is that each floor had those...
Yes, everything is so detailed, you're going to be amazed. Do you know what I feel when I touch those railings? I imagine the people, the Indianos and the women who came up here touching this, man, it's incredible. This was pure luxury.
Where do you want to go? Let's go here first.
It doesn't matter, I don't remember anymore.
Look, who else? Wow.
Look at what painting a wall did, look. Well, all the period furniture is here, yes, look.
There were probably 2 beds here since there are 2 headboards, right?
Yes, 2 beds, a couple of nightstands. This is a room, wow, probably for guests, I think, because 2 single beds.
Check out their awesome balcony, man.
Wow, this is the back part, look.
With the initials here, yeah, look, the house, what does it say here?
That's the date, right? 886, yeah? 1886. It's amazing, huh?
That's 140 years, huh? If my math is right, okay.
We have the front corridors, this back corridor, so the sun hits you like it does now from the south. Wow. Incredible. I'm looking over there. Let's go here.
Come, what would be over there on the left? I mean, would there just be a garden?
We're going around the outside. I mean, we're getting a bit lost, but anyway. Another room where the stained glass windows are still intact. Look here, man. Check it out, huh? This has a lot of value to me. These aren't modern stained glass windows. I mean, who knows how many years old these are. I think they've probably been damaged since they were made in 1900, 1800 and something, 1800, and they've been preserved here along with some furniture. Doesn't this look like a confessional?
Yes, that's what I was looking at.
It really looks like it, huh?
Because I don't know how...
Look, from the palace. Do you remember the palace in Portugal that I filmed?
Yes.
It was like a lion. What is this? It's like a human figure.
Yes, it reminds me of the face of a, I don't know, of a, yes.
Yes, look, I'm going to turn on a little bit of light.
Something from some gnome, some elf, some mythological type, yes.
But also shaped as if it were coming out like a lion, right? Maybe it's just my imagination, but it's strange.
Huh? It's the truth.
Look at those details, huh?
I always love this. I mean, they paid attention to everything.
Not only that, the attention they paid to everything, this was probably made by the best craftsmen for the richest people of that time.
They weren't going to pay just anyone.
You're really looking at a work of art, right? It's not just an ordinary carving. Today we don't pay much attention because furniture comes from IKEA and computers can replicate anything. But I always say you have to imagine being in that time period. Come here, you'll be amazed. I just remembered what this is.
Look, there was Asian wasp here.
Huh? Yeah, look at the church. This was the church, man. I mean, the chapel they had here.
It's just that I was looking from the balcony, from the corridor back here, at the light coming through the stained glass window.
How beautiful, huh?
Look, in fact, there's the bench for confession, the chair.
I thought we could access the confessional later, but no, it's really locked. Downstairs was also locked, and I don't think anything was preserved. We'll check later to see if we can get in. Okay, we've come all the way down the corridor so you can get a sense of the place, all right? And now, we're going to explore this part here. We've already done this hallway, but from the outside, we're going to show you the rooms now. Although, look, this one is empty. I'm not going to stop where there's nothing to show. Look, there was a bathroom here at the end of the hallway, right?
Pretty small, huh? Well, just a toilet, right? And a sink.
Probably to serve the rooms because, I repeat, back in the day, as the lady from the Vihande Palace told me, having a bathroom was amazing. Not having to go downstairs, I mean, having it right in the hallway, you know? How nice.
Of course, what catches my attention is that they were original. I mean, every wall in each room had a drawing.
A unique drawing, yes. I don't know if I should step here, but look, this room had access to the corridor. Look, to the corridor since we're already upstairs. Oh, I'm confused. This is the one we saw earlier in the kitchen, right? No, we went upstairs, right? We went up, it's the one upstairs. Okay, I was confused. Look, this is the upstairs corridor, which is great. Here I can actually go out because... How beautiful, man. Everything is so well painted. Look at those details. Look, Aitor, this is crazy, man. Are the stained glass windows still there?
To me, this is wow.
I'm amazed. Where could this have come from? I think it's incredible, and those must be initials. Look, an M, and it looks like a bow, maybe for a woman. Woman's initials, yeah.
I'm telling you, this just fits for me here. I don't know what they did or didn't do to have this, but I can imagine people from that time here. Maybe with some gathering of people from
the elite?
Yeah, and doing ballroom dancing and stuff like that. Well, let's see, because, you know, it's not like we should overdo it, showing off the views, but...
I forgot about this. It's so creepy. Remember I said there was a bathroom upstairs and a washing machine spot downstairs?
Yeah.
There's a bathroom here. Look, how creepy, huh?
Look.
Water is coming in here, yeah, through the ceiling. This place is about to collapse, man. We need to get out of here, okay? Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
I wanted to leave you with this image of a bathroom in the gallery. But...
Look, they changed the glass so people outside can't see in?
Yes, see, the glass was opaque, right? I mean, it was a bathroom. This probably had a sink here, a shower probably, and the toilet. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Let's go back the way we were so you don't get confused.
Yeah, otherwise maybe...
If not...
Look, did you come in through this room?
We entered through this room and will exit to the center of the hallway we were in earlier.
Another closet with a sliding door, I think, right? Well, it doesn't really slide much now, but is it a sliding door?
I'm surprised they left these closets. They must be valuable, right? Not anymore because they're eaten away, but yeah.
Most of them, yeah. Look, because right there in the middle, you know?
Yeah, because now you have a lot of details.
Huh? Any lamp?
A lot of details. I'm thinking about something, of course, so this doesn't make much sense. Look, there's a bathroom here. I mean, there's a toilet here.
And they have another one on the other side?
Of course. And here, by opening this door, we could access... Look, now you can't. Yes.
Man.
We used to access the other bigger bathroom.
Since there were several of us, if one bathroom was occupied, at least another would be free.
The bathroom is really luxurious.
Yeah, it is something...
It seems more for the staff.
I mean, yeah, how is it?
Someone used to attend to people here. This was probably their room. They had their bathroom there. And this person was in charge of this whole wing.
That could also be, yeah.
That's how I want to interpret it, you know?
I think we still have that one left in this episode.
We've already been here.
Look, here you also have to be very careful. Look.
This has fallen down. Wait, don't step there. I'll go this way since it's falling apart. Let's enter from the hallway to that room. Was this a bathroom? Stand here. Two people can't fit together.
It might be dangerous, yeah. It was a bathroom.
I'll even stretch the camera out.
The pink bathtub, okay.
It was a bathroom with a little pink bathtub, a pink toilet.
And everything was decorated in pink, yes.
Everything is tiled. It's odd they use tiles in this bathroom.
And with roses, with drawings of roses. Honestly, it's nice. Surely this one was used by a woman, because back in those days...
This was a pretty normal room, also painted. We're going to enter this room, but from the hallway, because I just remembered something interesting. You're going to be amazed. Let's come back this way. Okay, how this creaks. This is what supposedly used to be a door to access this room, which they later turned into a bathroom. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Yes, because it's closed.
It's closed off after. Hold on, let's not go together.
No.
Let's go a little apart. And look, come here. Oof, main hall. Look. This is crazy. How is this painting preserved? Mind-blowing, dude.
This reminds me of what happened in Portugal.
Right, but to me, this is lower quality. Let me tell you why.
Because it's all painted?
Yeah, this classroom is about to collapse. The walls are cracked and that area is in terrible shape structurally. I don't even want to get close. But in Portugal, this is carved. But over there, it was much more elaborate. I mean, I think their purchasing power was even higher than this. And what about up here? This is paint, but over there, they combined paint with fabric.
With fabric?
With fabric, I mean carvings that are much more elaborate than these edges.
And from the videos I see from there, besides what is here, like the white part, is also good wood there, or it's plaster. It's not just paint.
The woods are high quality, but it's the type of woodwork. It's not the same to carve.
Which I think is beautiful, still.
Yes, no, listen, it's not about belittling anything.
Also, where the lamp was, it also has its golden touches. Well, it's very, honestly...
It's just that I don't dare. This floor is really bad.
What surprises me is that the ceiling is so well preserved, although over there I get the feeling that it's a bit sunken. But no.
It's this. I'm telling you, I don't like being in this room.
That's where the pink bathtub was, I think.
So it ended up having electricity. I mean, they made grooves in the wall. I mean, well, scratches or whatever they're called. I don't really know much about construction, but to put in the outlets, right? What do you think?
Now I understand these hallways even less, given the living room they have. I'd love to meet someone from that time who could explain it to me.
I'd like the designer to explain it to me, why they said, do this here, put this hallway there, I want this here.
This seems to me...
It seems too big to me, and for me, poorly distributed.
How many would live here?
I don't know.
When I see this level of houses, so many rooms...
Okay, we've already seen this room. Let's go up to the next floor. I really don't like the stairs at all. Wait a second. Let me analyze this. Guys, whenever you come to places like this, please take some time to analyze everything. Yes, let's go up one at a time, okay? I'll go up first. If something happens, you could help me too. Always step on the edge, never there.
How do you see it?
Ugh. Wait, there, the wall is also cracked. I think it's going to hold.
What scares me more is looking at the ceilings in this wing, the floor.
That wing is in really bad shape.
Me, the wing. This is where the bathroom is, right here. So there's some leaking too.
Okay, wait, let's see.
How do you see it there on the left?
Okay, you can go up there, okay? Go up really close to the edge, slowly, never stomping your feet, because the structure isn't very solid either. Always go very slowly there, like that. Go up without stopping, but without stomping your feet.
Here it's really bad already.
Okay, we can't access here.
It's bad, huh?
Yeah, it's really bad. It's a risk. That's why the bathroom is falling apart. Everything is about to collapse. Look,
they had another room back there at the end.
Kid, yeah, and we can't get there. I'm not taking the risk. I don't know. I'm going to pass. I'm not doing anything, just moving the camera. That's as close as I can get it to you. It even has stained glass windows. There you go, man.
That's amazing.
Mind-blowing. I really can't go any further because look, there are actual holes there. They just put a board here, that's it.
Look how it is above your head.
This is really wet, look.
The roof is already open up there.
and here the wall collapsed. This roof is about to come down. It's not worth it. Risking your life is never worth it.
Maybe it should be turned into something else, maybe even a small bathroom. I'm not sure what this would be for.
It looks like a bathtub, like a baby's bathtub. I don't know. This would probably be for storing all the stuff, but nothing. This is going to fall apart. This palace doesn't have much time left. Imagine that even the guard could live in it.
Yeah, the size of this is incredible. I hope people can really appreciate it just through the video.
I think, man, you can only really appreciate this in person. They were even painted here. Look, they reused wood in the back. They used wood from below that was already painted. How curious.
Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't have felt like painting it.
But did someone live here? Someone lived here?
Now I'm curious about what's behind that door, but everything over there is damp.
All right.
I mean, it's a bit...
Ugh, you crack so much. It's not worth it for me, not at all.
Right? Besides, he probably opens the door and finds it empty and it doesn't...
I'm sorry, but he teaches us as much as he can.
I think it's time to go out.
Of course, it goes back here, and we can't access here either.
No, because it's...
Of course, no, we can't access anything, guys. That's how it is. We can't show you that part. Be careful.
What?
People here were much shorter. That's enough. Let's go down to the lower part. Let's see if we can get into the chapel and show you the extra rooms, because I think we forgot to show you the left side, where the stables and all that are. And then the chapel area, which I don't think we saw either. So let's go down very carefully and head over there. We're going to go out through the service area where I went down before to show you the wood. Because I'm telling you, everything is absolutely covered by the weeds. This is where the chapel was. Look how beautiful it looks from here. The stained glass windows are just impressive. What a shame to see this like this. So much work, so much sacrifice. Look at these vintage faucets here, huh?
Wow.
Connected to a more modern hose. Look, these are the ones where we were before, the corridors where we were before. This used to be a whole garden. I wanted to show you several things that are back here, but from what I'm seeing, it's going to be impossible. Well, I won't be able to get in here, but there used to be a beautiful old fountain here. Maybe I can get through here. Maybe I can. Cool, I'll show it to you. I can't remember if it was a fountain or a well, but there was something there. This is the entrance to the chapel, which is tightly closed because it had some crossbars. Yeah, but I'm going to put the camera down here. And let's see if you can see anything. It was empty, as I recall. You see? It's completely empty. We were up there before. And only those chairs remain, the ones used for praying. They took away the altar, the Virgin, and everything else.
What surprises me is the light they still give off. I mean, how noticeable the stained glass windows are. For just the 3 that are left, huh?
Those stained glass windows over there, the ones Aitor is talking about, are the ones giving color inside, which is impressive.
Go ahead, show them.
So you can discover it too, since it makes me happy.
Yes.
Yes, enjoy it. I had already been there once, although I don't remember much anymore. No, really, he's not here. There was a door here, so the well is this way. This is really messed up, man. It's really eaten away.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah, there was a hole here. I think we'll see it later, don't worry. They had 2. Instead of 1, they had 2.
But what I'm realizing is that it had a lot of entries. This one.
Let's try this. Oof, I'm caught. Oof, I just hugged myself, look. Look, hey, I don't know if you can see it there. Do you see that thing stuck in my skin all the way in?
Oof, look at how that is, man. It's all eaten up too.
All right, what you're seeing here, what Aitor is looking at, is an old dovecote. I'm telling you, it's impossible to reach. There's no way I'll get there.
That's a shame, because I'd love to see it from the inside.
Me too. And this building, which could be the manor house of someone from that time in Asturias. Look at the state it's in. You can't even get in right away. I think you can get in through here because people have come to see the construction, obviously. Otherwise, I want to show you something before we go in there. The access they had between these trees. Imagine back in the day getting through here with a car or a horse-drawn carriage. Just imagine this, the trees have fallen due to the storms. But this was the back part where the carriages would enter. They would arrive here, they'd be received here, and this is where they would unload everything from the horses. They likely kept the horses and carriage here, which will amaze you. Because this area really impressed me. There's the pit from when there were cars. Look, there's the pit. They're updated to the time when there were cars here. But not only that, they probably also kept all the horse-drawn carriages here. The grass, the stables, where they kept the horses. You see? This is the stable area with the dividers for... This work is impressive, even the horse dividers are finely crafted. Look, here they would put the horse and it would eat there, separated by a piece of wood, really nice.
It's amazing, painted blue and all. Look at the television that, well...
They definitely have a television here, I'm telling you.
Yeah, of course, when it arrived, that had to be one of the first.
And what would this be?
I think so, huh? Because from this here, they would put something to eat here, something to drink, right? And they would have something...
Yeah, rabbits or something like that, right?
I'm not sure about this. Yes, probably, since the boxes aren't on the floor. It's just that it would seem really cruel to have a calf here, honestly. I can't really accept that either.
No, that's what I think.
But maybe for something with rabbits or...
Well, look at what I'm seeing here. Oh, I was mistaken. I thought this was a lathe. That was tricking me. I thought it was a wine press, you know? Yeah, for wine, for...
Well, it's just that we also have a lathe there at the entrance.
Yeah, I think that's why I thought of it, huh?
But look at the coat rack. Did you see the coat rack? There, right in front of you.
Yeah, man, this is all vintage, huh? Look at that coat rack, how beautiful.
They were elegant even when it came to hanging up their coats.
Look how beautiful it is.
What is this? Some kind of support or something for... I don't know, it's just that I don't... The faucet too. There are a lot of things here, honestly.
Look, an old cat, right? Yes. An old jack, probably from a car.
Oh, I climbed up here, so...
Okay, I don't know if you've noticed that even though we're in a stable area, right? An area where they didn't care about anything, even the frames here are carved. The doors are worked on, they're not just regular stable doors.
Not sure if you or others noticed, but...
And that yeah, it's just... Look at this. The ceiling was painted here.
I mean, the purchasing power of these people had to be incredible. I mean, to go as far as painting the wood where you keep the horses and the carriages.
All right, I do remember here that you had to go up very carefully because the staircase, look, was leaning this way.
Up there, it's nearly fallen here. If I were you there...
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to go up here.
Everything has fallen down there.
It's blocked off, yeah.
Yeah, everything has fallen down.
The stairs? Oh, okay. The floor, okay. I'll just go up to here then, just to show you that here there was... I mean, there was an area to store the grass, which you can see over there. I don't know if you can see it. I can't go any further. And here there was also a painted room. I can't get in. Look at how this is really. It's even coming off the wall. But I want you to see the level of care they had here in this room, since I can't show it to you. Tras, you should come up so you can get an idea. I'm coming. In that room you're going to see upstairs, that's where the people in charge of the horses used to sleep. I mean, they lived here. Amazing, right? What a level. In this room here, the thing is, look, I mean, it's impossible to go up.
Of course, it's just that, and it wasn't a good idea for both of us to go up at the same time because this ladder, no way.
No way, impossible.
It's not as if we're the lightest.
No, I mean, it just goes up to where the stairs end, that's it. You can see how this is, look.
Wow, man.
They bypassed it here. I mean, they hot-wired it with this. Look, here's the main thing from the palace. That's from 1886 to BM, which is probably that, the Indianos. Work tables, old ones, a bunch of, well, wood probably meant to be burned in the wood-fired kitchen.
I'm speechless.
What do you think, man?
Speechless.
This is huge, huh? We made a special visit to the place. There weren't as many details as in Portugal's palaces. Everything here is more vandalized. And before going to the next location, I want to get closer to that part of the garden over there, because there's something really interesting I want to show you, which are the fountains and everything that was around here that will catch your attention. I hope we can see it. And then we're going to head to a place that will really give us a lot to think about. I'll tell you about it now. All right, Trasgu, he's coming out over there like a Trasgu from the forest. And this is what I was telling you about at the beginning. These are the gardens where they would have planted a lot of spices, many different species. Here, in fact, we have a palm tree, a very characteristic symbol of the Indianos. I don't know how old it might be, even though you see it looking so thin. I assure you this palm tree is many, many years old. It must be over 100 years old. And it's probably from the place where this person emigrated to make their money. It was very common to always plant a palm tree as a way of showing that they had made money in countries like Cuba, Mexico, or Argentina.
In my father's house, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was my great-grandfather, may he rest in peace, who emigrated. And we have a palm tree next to the house that...
Impressive.
It's growing a lot.
Yes, people think that because it's finite, it doesn't last long, but these finite ones are actually very old.
Yes, actually age is measured differently. It's not like trees, which are measured by width. Here, it's measured by height.
Of course. Here, imagine that they had bamboo planted and a bunch of other spices, okay? What I wanted to show you is this right here. I couldn't show you the other side where there was a beautiful fountain. Look, they had built a tower. Impressive, really, huh? They built a tower for the water well. I mean, what kind of craziness is this, huh? It's just crazy, man. I can't believe it, huh?
I thought it was a chapel when we arrived.
Look. For a water well. Surely, look, they had some kind of pump to extract the water and bring it to the house. This is super creepy. The well is still there, but its fence has fallen down.
That's unbelievable.
They closed it off because the person bringing the cows likely doesn't want them to fall in the well. It's very dangerous. But look at this. It's just crazy, right? You just showed off your buying power here, man. This is where you showed it off. This way, I don't know if we'll get to the other thing I wanted to show you. Let's at least try. We won't be left wanting. No, it's too closed off. I'm sorry, everyone. It's completely closed off, so we can't get there. I'm sorry because there was a beautiful old fountain there. But what we are going to see now is how time passes. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It takes all of us to the same place, which is the cemetery. We all must leave this life eventually, regardless of luxuries. We're all the same and go to the same place. I want to take you to a cemetery where many Indianos are buried. And some of their tombs, even though they are majestic, are now completely abandoned, just like this mansion. Honestly, it impressed me. It was a place I found by chance inside an ordinary cemetery. And seeing that made me feel a lot. It gave me a lot to think about. I'm eager to hear your thoughts after you see it, so let's go. I also look forward to hearing yours. I hope you'll tell me what you felt while walking through this palace, this Indian house, and then seeing the cemetery where the Indians are buried. Honestly, I'm remembering it now. When I get there, I think it's going to impact me just like the first time I was there. So I won't go on any longer because I tend to talk a lot, and let's head over there. Well, family, we've just arrived at the cemetery I want to show you. I'm going to be very respectful because I want to say, first of all, that I have a lot of respect for these places. I just want to show you what I mentioned before about the passage of time, these impressive mausoleums that we'll see now. And I think you're already getting a taste of it, right?
This is the first one you're going to show them, and I think it's absolutely incredible.
Well, I'm going to show it to you, but look, evening is falling. It took us a while to get here. We ate on the way, and now we have the evening light. Look at this marvelous construction. It really looks like it's from that era, doesn't it? I don't know. It reminds me of the Greeks, the Romans. It's impressive. Look at the economic power these people had back then. To build such buildings, they had made great fortunes in America, in Latin America. Look, this one, for example, says up there, property of Victor Sanchez, 1894.
We're talking about 132 years.
132 years.
And here it still stands.
This one is also very well preserved because of the materials used. They were materials of very high quality. I also imagine that the family comes around here. It has a part down here which is, well, I'm not going in there because this one is closed with a door, and a part up here which I won't be able to show you anything because it's completely closed. But look, okay, I wanted you to see it. It's taken care of down to the smallest detail, okay? Yeah, it's crazy, really.
I love the detail with the torches.
Yeah, it has amazing details, I'm telling you for real. Now, I want to show you this, and I think you'll be even more amazed. This one, in fact, has a structure because it's falling apart. This is a municipal cemetery. I mean, you can access it freely here. It's not private. And this really is, well, a true reflection of what I was talking about before, that it doesn't matter how much money you have, nothing matters at all, because everything ends here. Here is where our egos end, our fears, and absolutely everything. Look up there. It has a beautiful detail. It has some saints. This really is impressive, huh? Look how crazy this is. All in marble. They're still here. Look, all the doors have fallen down. You're really going to be impressed by this. Look at the altar this place had here. Look how the light is coming in through the few that are still standing. Yeah. We must be careful since this is in bad shape. Look at the shield over there. But this is impressive. Look at those marble chests.
It's just the details of these places.
Honestly, this is really something else. This is where a big question comes up for me, and it's just that with all the utmost respect that this deserves, because honestly, it's out of ignorance. These places were really built in honor of the family, in the good sense of the word, like saying, well, I want my relatives to rest in a place like this, and I want to honor them with this because I have money and I can afford it. Or was it more about ego, competing with mausoleums like these we have here, which are also very big? We'll see them now. I'll show them to you a little closer. Of course, it was like competing, I would say, right? Because looking at these, looking at the one I just showed you, which is much bigger, and seeing the details on this one is really impressive. The details on the whole facade, for me, it's the most impressive one, more than the other.
It seems to be from 1891.
Yeah, the date, look, I wasn't seeing it, man. It's just 1891, huh?
I'm going to try to say a bit of what it says there, which is Pantheone, which is also like, well, Pantheon of the most excellent Ponte de...
Yeah, from above Deo to Manuel Ibanez. Impressive, man. Honestly, I just have no words, man. Up here, well, they would be buried, I imagine, this man, his wife, and below there was a section for the family. Let's go down with the utmost respect. I was here a long time ago, and it's really impressive. Come down with me, man, because you're going to be blown away. Thank you. Look, huh? This is completely rusted. It was the door they had here. They must have... Well, it was falling, and they must have propped it up directly, otherwise it would have fallen. I imagine it's because it's public property. Because you can tell that here, well, nobody has come for a very long time. There are a lot of graves. Some are really old, huh? Like this one here, which you can't even read what's written on it. Besides, they're from another era. You can tell by the funerary art that it's from a different time. Here I'm looking at one from 53. Yeah, but look, it doesn't stop here. Check this one out. Here's another one made of marble. Huge. It's impressive. Look, this is amazing, man. Seriously, if you see this without this, you go crazy, huh?
What surprises us is the last one. The last tombstone I see is from 2005.
2005? Well, just imagine. 20 years already, huh? They were among the last ones left in the family. I hope they fix this and it continues.
I'm surprised that being a noble title.
Yes, it can be found like that. Well, in the end, there are many families. In the end, it's very expensive to maintain this. I think it might be because of that problem. Keep in mind that they even had a fence to enclose the area. Nothing, it's impressive. Really, for me, this is one of those places that... Now, I feel bad that you're seeing it with the scaffolding, honestly, because if you saw it the way I discovered it, seeing this structure half falling apart... Look, for example, at this window. From here, everything was taken care of down to the last detail in these cemeteries, eh? Let's show these ones here, man, because these ones here have a bust, for example. Very, very eye-catching. Look at this place. The sun's over there, but we've got the whole mountain here, and there's even snow in the back. This one, for example, really impresses me because it has... Look at the bust. I'll try zooming in with the camera. I'm going to raise the camera so you can see it up close. Look.
I'm not sure if people will appreciate the detailed mustache on the bust.
It's impressive. I can't raise the camera much higher. But I think you can see something there. In fact, here, look. Through this, I can show you that everything is made of marble. It's a... Honestly, I'm really impressed. Back in those days, we're talking about the beginning of the century. In Asturias, most of the materials had to be brought in.
From 1908, it says up there.
Of course, I mean...
It's just incredible.
Right? It's incredible. Well, there are a lot more like this here. For example, look, this isn't an especially flashy mausoleum, but what really stands out is the neglect. Look. What a shame, huh? Look at the way this is, huh? And these people, well, to have these structures, Aitor, back in the day, they had a lot of money. Realize that just buying the land in a public cemetery and being able to build one of these buildings and bury your whole family there.
I think this is the first time I've entered a cemetery that has this level of mausoleums.
I'm not someone who visits many, but lately it really is a good place to reflect or to be close to life and death, right? It's something I never really liked, honestly. Coming to cemeteries wasn't something I was passionate about, but lately I've changed the way I see it, and honestly, visiting these places really catches my attention. It's a place you get used to.
It makes you reflect?
Yes, you really start to reflect on important things, like how everything is fleeting, that everything stays here, and that it doesn't matter how much money you have. With so many stories and lives of people who passed through here and are now gone, along with their relatives, no one remembers them. We all have an expiration date here. Sometimes we walk around with our egos through the roof thinking, wow, I'm so-and-so, I'm this or that. And in the end, you realize that when the people who knew you die, that's it. No one is going to remember you. Or very few people. Well, that's it, family. We're going to end the video here. I hope, man, that you enjoyed it. I wanted to show you something that today, honestly, it was what I felt like visiting. I do things based on what I want to do, not what I have to do, but what I feel. And this was one of the places I wanted you to visit with me. A palace, and then to see this contrast, right? Everything stays here. I hope you enjoyed it, man. Thank you.
I had a blast.
Really?
I love this. I'm going home right now and I'm going to think a lot about this. Because in the end, it's like you said before, when the last person who knew us dies, that's when we truly die.
Maybe the only lasting thing is this attention-grabbing construction, but no one really knows your face, who you were, or what you were like, just that you had money. So to speak. Well, man, I'm going to take the opportunity to leave his social media links around here so you can check them out and follow him on his adventures. I'm going to leave mine, as always, around here, in case you want to stay a bit more up to date with the content I don't upload here on YouTube. And that's it. See you next Tuesday. Bye.